2025 was a year of ups and downs for the economy, and a lot of people are wondering what comes next. So as we settle into 2026, we're answering some of your questions about how this year could impact your wallet. And to help us out with all that, because we need an expert, we're here with Sunrise Bank's Chief Credit Officer, Todd Sharkey. Thanks for being here.
Yeah, thank you very much, Cece, for having me.
Absolutely. So let's just start out with the job market. I mean, there were so many ups and downs last year. There are layoffs. Is it more of the same this year or kind of something different?
You know, with the uncertainty that we have in the economy today, it's going to be a challenge. 2026, I do see that the job market has settled out a little bit, but employers, you always have that push-pull between, is it towards more the employers or more towards the employees? And right now, we're probably seeing it a little more towards the employers. There's still jobs out there. There's still a lot of optimism, but that optimism is primarily in your small businesses, those that are looking to grow. The larger businesses that are out there, I see them being a little bit hesitant because of the uncertainty that is out there.
Yeah, so a little question mark on that right now for
Yeah,
some folks.
absolutely.
Okay, so I know that inflation and consumer prices, those are kind of our biggest indicators about what's going on, what's impacting us. Where do you see those two this year?
You know, inflation-wise, I don't see that it's going to be going at a fast clip. But unfortunately, it doesn't mean that prices are going to come down at the same time. We've seen them moderate. I mean, we saw the craziness that happened right after COVID. And then all of a sudden now it's like we've settled down, but certain things, the cost of your housing, the cost of your food, things like that are still expensive. And so we are going to see that continue to moderate though. And I think that it makes sense of the way that we see people doing things with how they spend their money, but it's still a challenge.
You said things are still high. It's still a challenge. I mean, a lot of families watch, a lot of parents. What does that mean for folks budgeting? I mean, what can they do to make sure their wallets aren't going empty? You know, that's not what we want.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think budget-wise, one of the biggest things that people can do is just take stock of what do you have. There's a lot of tools that are out there. There's a lot of ways for people to take stock of where am I spending my money? How am I taking care of my family? How can I set up the resources that I need to make sure that my family can do well? And so we have tools like, for example, I work at Sunrise Banks. On sunrisebanks.com, we do have, you know, a couple tools that are available for people to do monthly budgeting or to be able to figure out what kind of home could I afford if I'm interested in buying a home. So I think that there's ways that people can set up tools, use a budget, and try to just set that little extra aside for the emergency that unfortunately always seems to come.
Yeah, we always talk about saving here on the Noon Show. I mean, okay, so folks are just tuning in. Big picture then for 2026, the key points.
So 2026, I see that there's still a lot of reasons for optimism. We saw an economy that dealt with a lot of uncertainty this past year, but things still generally went well. I think that there's still employers who are looking to go and add good people to their ranks, and there's a lot of people who are out there who still have that willingness and that desire to make things better. And so we'll continue to see that. Now, there's going to be some places that still have struggles with the uncertainty that's out there, but uncertainty generally breeds opportunity for others. So yeah, it's a little mixed, but I'm still an optimist at heart.
Right, I love that. Some question marks, but everything's not lost.
Yes,
all right.
exactly.
Thank you so much, Todd. We'll have more of these tips at KARE11.com/noon. For now, we'll be right back.